Is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, closet swing traders. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are ready for today feels like a Friday. I was about to say Friday. Hope you guys are ready for Thursday. Not too much craziness from the FOMC. We could talk about some possibilities from the FOMC, but most of the notes from what we got yesterday was kind of repetitive, which we expected. There's one thing in there that stands out a little bit, just a tad, and we'll have to see how it plays out. But we'll get to that in a bit. But we do got all my beautiful people joining us this morning. Good morning to Amy. We got Bill in the house. Good morning to Brad, Brian, Christopher, Cindy K. Good morning, Drake. We got Greg K, Jay. Good morning, Joe, John, Kevin Stone, KT in the house. We got Lorendro. Good morning to Lauren, Marcus, Martina, Mike, Nelson. Ron's gonna rock with us. Good morning to Win. We got Daniel out in YouTube land. Good morning to Craig. We got Michael, Ivo, all the lurkers in the background of YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Just make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button in YouTube land for sure. Otherwise, let's get into the market for now. Let's see where we're at with everything. So inside day on the SPY with a little bit of a gap up. Type A1 if you believe this gap up is going to be bullish today. Type of 2 if you think this is just they're gonna rug pull you again. Let me know what you guys think. Bill's thinking 1. We got a lot of other 2s coming in. All right, we'll see. We have again maybe trapping some people. Let's check the end of the day yesterday. How did we roll off a cliff yesterday? Let's figure that one out. So yeah, all day toward the end of the day, we just waterfall down. We are right now struggling with an area where there is some volume coming in. Let's see if we can get a little bit higher. I'd really want to see what 442.01 does. If we can start breaking that and then holding that, that would at least take us up to this 443. But yeah, I don't know. Based on the last rest of August, I don't know how much this wants to hold, or if we do yet again look for another opportunity to sell. The one interesting thing is I did have I believe it was on Tesla though. Yes, it was on Tesla. SPY still has a long way to go. We did break through the 23% retracement. So this is really only our first small little tiny retracement. If you don't think it get worse, it definitely can. LW's in the house. It definitely can, but is this a spot where we could finally see maybe a little bit of a bounce? And we are opening above the 440.79. So I will be watching that level just because I know that's where the 23% retracement is. To the higher side, if Bill is correct and we do want to go higher, I'm thinking we kind of start maxing at 442.50. That would be my target to the upside. Otherwise, and that just runs pretty much into VPOC from yesterday. To the downside, we've almost hit every VPOC possible. So 439.07 is the last possible one that really did not get retested yet. So 439.07, and then after that one, that means that we probably end up start breaking this pivot. We would have a little bit more ways to go down to 436.42, and then most likely eventually back to 432.45. So let's see if this is the bounce spot. Again, I don't think we just rip absolutely bullish from here going forward, but if we could get a little bit, I feel like I need that pen thing. Hold on, I got it on the other screen. There we go. Now I feel better. We can get some kind of retracement up to here, and then we start to roll. That would make a lot of sense to me. Just having this little bounce, run it up a little bit, recession canceled, and then right back on the table. So I think that's probably most likely the direction we go. And we'll see if we can even get the bulls to show up at all today. We'll see. I like that reload the puts. Yeah, that would make sense to me. We definitely moved up very quick, very fast, very strong. We got the Q's, Lurkins in the house. We got Craig saying a little bounce then flop, in my opinion. For the daily, um, yeah, we're kind of at a standstill. We're kind of we have just about the same amount of range. I think we do actually have a little bit more edge to the bullish side, if I had to pick. But does that last is the real question. Q, same thing. We're at about 50% retracement of the candle, probably a little bit lower. We do have some VPOCs in the way. Next target for me on the bullish side would be 365.70. To the downside, our first initial target to the downside would be 362.96. Obviously, that one's been retested already. And the next target down, if we start to break, would be 359.40. So still got a lot of room. But again, is this going to be a small little bounce area, something that could possibly hold up for us? I don't know. I don't know. Adam says, Hector, are you selling puts on the SPY? Yep, no. Probably not at these levels. not at these levels. You don't want to be selling puts. You want to be buying puts. Yep. So any type of a bounce, because if you start getting filled on some of those puts, you will now have a lot of sweet ETF in that portfolio, and it could go much lower. It's got the potential. Will it do it? That's a whole different question. All right, so we got Lauren in the chat going, stop talking, Dan, and just get to ADBE. All right, so let's cover Adobe. Nice little gap and go for the Dobesters into a little bit of resistance at open. Nice gap though. Probably about $11 gap in that vicinity. I would be concerned about targets. We're opening at a resistance. If that one starts to break, I think next immediate target is 529.07, which is $4, or less than $4 technically. Seems like a decent amount we can make some money off of, but I'll stop. It have to be tight for us to do it. So I would appreciate Mr. Market to pull back a little bit and then maybe look to attempt to run bullish. But right now, I think there's going to be a very, very strong resistance somewhere up at this 529.64. If that starts to break, we can start talking maybe gap fill. I don't see that happening. I think there's going to be an opportunity where we get up to there. Anybody who did not get out on this initial breakdown candle because they have that 9 to 5 job and they only found out about it later, that might be an opportunity for them to get out. They might have had that opportunity already, so we did curve up a little bit. We did retest this. I think there's going to be more of a resistance here than not. So be careful on this one. I think I'll personally approach it with some caution. I think Adobe, if I'm not mistaken, is a little bit more to the spready side as well. I think what I have to do is start refreshing my trading view every day because my stocks do not want to move. All right, we'll have that one on the list. Baba. Yeah, I don't know. All sorts of news came out from Baba yesterday. $92 is the $92 is the resistance on this thing. If we could start breaking 92, we have a shot maybe to $95. But yeah, they I don't know. China had some kind of China itself had some weird news where it was like we're not gonna short stocks ever again or some craziness. I don't know. Pure manipulation. And then but they also put one of their companies, they spun one of the companies off, which they're planning on doing a lot of. So they do have some positive news to it. Stocks alerts to watch right now. Let me see if I could get the actual. I got Spotify, Airbnb, Boeing, JD.com. Let me see if they say anything. No, that's maybe the worst article ever, but we will take a look at Shop. We'll take a look at that. But no information of what that is. But they're I forget the name of the company, but they're spinning off one of their divisions, and the market likes it. Plus, you also have a little help from China that came in last night, from the Hong Kong market at least. Tesla pre-market showing a reversal. Not sure I'm buying it. Let's take a look at Tesla. Not much of a sign. Not much. You know how if you go fishing, and I know you go fishing when, so you know how when you catch a fish and then so now he's out of his comfort zone, and then you put him on the dock or the boat that you're fishing from, and he like just wiggles around a little bit. I feel like that's kind of Tesla right now. So it's like trying to like wiggle itself back into the water, but uh it's not looking great. Not looking great. But yeah, so it's an attempt. Tesla's flopping around. It's at least got a first attempt to push bullish on a gap and go. Still inside day. It's going to be tricky to trade. And we'll see if this little fishy can make itself back into the water. Let's take a look at Shop to see what they're talking about on that one. Shopify. Could look impressive. Immediate target would probably be 56.42. And the question is, can we break that? If the market wants to rally, maybe 57.61 would be the final target on this one. I like this little consolidation. We're still in it. We didn't really break yesterday's candle, but I do agree it would be one to watch. I agree with random article. Could you let me move any of these tickers? Like, could I drop any of these tickers in here? That'd be so cool. That'd be like fantastic. No. All right. Let's see what else we got. Win says my concern is about staying short on Tesla right now. All right. Let's see. Let's see Win's concerns. This kept him up at night last night, so we got to check it out. My concern is those are some weird shaped arrows. Number one. Yep, you do. I mean, you did come into his little support. I did. So again, on Tesla, right at I think it was 226.30, something like that, is where I set my alert to go off. I think that was like a 50% retracement from at least one of the fibs that I was trying to do. So it could be the bounce spot. It's gonna have. I was looking at this in the one-on-one that I did yesterday as well. So this is what's gonna make Tesla difficult, in my humble opinion. Nothing about me is humble. All of this little volume area is well above us at this point. So I think we got into some heavy air. If we start to push, I mean, we might get to 233.13. If that could break, maybe that takes us to like 239. Let's just call it 240, somewhere in that zone. And then we start hitting all of that volume again. And I think that volume is going to put a lot of pressure on Tesla. So I think it's almost inevitable that at some point we get back down to 197.72. Maybe we start running into this 190 before we have any type of potential reversal. I think this has to come back down eventually. But on this spot and location, yeah, this could be a little relief rally. I mean, we've done nothing but just jump off a cliff without a parachute on Tesla. So we'll see, but it did hit my alert. That's where I wanted to buy. I'm actually in on calls for right now. And I did sell some puts, the $200 puts, just because even though it's terrifying, that's what my alert told me to do. So we'll see if any of that works out. Greg Gilbert is going to stalk Cisco CSCO. This whole time I thought Win was Irish. Adam wants to take a look at Dole. Yeah, we're catching a ball in all the chats. I'm like so far behind. 13 kids are crying right now on the fish story. Nah, kids love floppy fishes. Cisco does look interesting. Let's see. Can I move it? All right, so Cisco, they let me move only to a certain point. I could only get to like the shop area on my trading view. That's weird. I'm just gonna have to start my list from here. I don't know how else to do it. All right. But Cisco does look interesting. Again, we've seen a lot of these new major pivot break type plays recently, and they have continued. And I'm gonna have to play this one to the upside as well. See if we have any pre-markets on this one. But I got 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could do anything pre-market yet. But it does look pretty fantastic. Again, a little bit of a sell-off would be tremendous. I don't think we get down to 53.80, but Anywhere closer would be better. But yeah, I like that one a lot too. Let me see which other ones I missed. CHK. Avoid Finvest stock. The main guy owns 99% of the shares and only 1% is available to the public. I don't know what VinFast stock is, but I'm intrigued to say the least. All right. We got Chesapeake Energy Corporation. That is quite the gap. I don't know how much more room this thing has on it. We're squeezing a heck of a lot of people, though. Was this on earnings or news? This might be news. Definitely at a least expected time. Probably throwing some of the bears into a state of shock, kind of like that fish. My only concern is we've run a lot already, and we are. I think risk to reward right now is to the downside, to be honest. So the closer I could get to like $88.03, that would be the better time to short. Right now, again, unless we're going to trap all these bulls and they are actually terrified, which I think they're a little scared, not going to lie, but I think that's a good retestment spot. And then maybe we come back down and start to roll into like this area would make sense to me. So unless this thing breaks, if that one breaks, then we have plenty of room and we just scream out of here. I don't think that happens. Not after this move and then in this type of market. So we'll see what happens on this one. That's an interesting one, though. CHK. All right, let's see what else we got. Walmart for earnings. Yep, WMT. I mean, for a store that only sells walls, they're $159 stock. Still inside day after earnings. This one's theta clapping everybody. So anybody that took out puts or calls, they're getting completely roughed up for right now. Did earnings even come out yet, though? Yeah, earnings came out. So they did beat to the upside earnings per share by 7%. They did beat by 1.4 billion on the revenue, so not bad in terms of that. And we talked about this one yesterday too, where like Target jumped up, a pretty big jump, pretty decent, but it was a lot different looking of a chart. So right now everybody's profitable. I don't think you have bears scared. I don't think you have bulls scared. It is Walmart. I don't think it's going anywhere. So not too much of a. I don't think this one's going to be too much fun to watch. We'll see what happens. You do have all sorts of resistance still above you. And right now, anybody that bought any puts or calls on Walmart yesterday completely theta clapped at open. So watch that one. Is going to be moving pretty strange, I think. Still inside day, though. I don't think we're going to get too much action off that. AMAT Applied Materials. Unless TradingView is slow or this is the biggest gap, there's just slow. Okay. Like I couldn't even find the pre-market thing. So a little bit of a gap up, roughly about $1.05. I don't know why I said roughly and then come in with the exact penny, but a little bit of a gap up. That's not bad. Still inside day. It's going to act a little strange. And then on a real bullish case, probably 140.52 if we can get there. So not much room to the upside. To the downside, you're looking for support around 130.80, but it is inside. It's going to be a little bit tougher. We got ROST. Raw stores, not Kohl's, but it's close. They try. That's a nice little gap up. So we're definitely trapping some people. All the selling pressure came in here. None of those bears are scared yet. I would have to put a slight bullish edge on this thing. However, I would have to absolutely get some kind of pullback before I play this one. So if it opens and screams up higher, great. If not, start to watch like 115.65. I'd be scared of this wick. That's a lot of pressure that came in. We got through we didn't get through earnings yet, so earnings are after the bell today as well. So that one might be an interesting one tomorrow. DOLE. How am I doing on time? I got 10 minutes. Time and temperature check. There's an interesting gap on Dole. Is this the pineapple company? It's crazy. They made machines to just make pineapples. That's nuts. That is quite the gap again. There's lots of resistance, but that one looks oddly interesting. Gonna add Dole to the list just to see how it moves. I don't know how, I've never traded Dole. They're not even gonna let me move this one, are they? After I switch over to TOS, I think I gotta restart. That is an interesting gap. Probably fades first though. I think this one pulls back and then maybe looks to go. Looks like they came out with earnings. Let's see how they did. So they beat earnings per share, but not enough pineapples to get them to hit their revenue portion. So they missed by 124 million. So revenue not great, earnings per share decent. This one probably pulls back first. I don't see a reason why that would be absolutely just straight running, unless we're going to squeeze people. I can't imagine Dole has a big short squeeze either. So probably look for the fade. And if you want to go long, then not it open. Gambling.com. How'd you guys find my website? Gambling.com. They went the 1-800-Flowers route. What does your business do? Gambling.com. That's interesting. That's one heck of a gap. A little bit of resistance at 1362. The range on this thing is going to be low. Probably the average true range is very, very tiny. So I'd be looking for about maybe 50 cents to the higher side. If we get a really crazy bullish day, I'm probably looking somewhere around like $1 higher. So 1450, something in that range. It's nothing too crazy yet in the markets. Cisco might be my favorite so far. When I typed in Tesla in TradingView this morning, a pic of Elon smoking came across my screen. Yeah, I don't know how you guys unlock that hack, but it has not. TradingView does not like me. I don't know. I can't wait for the picture. I'm super excited for it. I've seen it from, I think, I forget who it was. Maybe Justin shared it in Slack. Somebody did. I was like, I need to unlock this. Haven't been able to do so yet. All right, a little bit of a gap up. It looks very similar to the SPY on Delta. Whatever the SPY does, Delta is probably going to follow. But that is a little bit of a gap in go, still inside day. That's going to be very tricky. To the lower side, look for support around 42.70. To the higher side, look for like 43.30 as some type of resistance. I don't think there's something to play there out of the gate for a $40 target to buy some long term if it comes down. For $40 on a long term, maybe. I'm not a fan of any airlines. I don't care how good Delta is, and people love Delta, but I don't like. There's too many variables for me in the long term to own any airlines whatsoever. I don't care if it's Hawaiian, Delta, American, JetBlue. I would need it dirt cheap for me to consider it. Like I want the airline that's possibly going out of business, because then I feel like it's not going to get any worse than that, or it just goes out of business, and I'm okay. I'm okay just losing. Chesapeake being added to S&P mid cap 400. So that's the gap. Okay, we got XPEV. XPEV might be an interesting one today. Come on, TradingView. Don't you know I only got 5 minutes left? Put your little pre-market on. Where are you at, XPEV? I thought it was gapped up there and then just went away. There it is, 1660. Yep. So that's an interesting looking gap. Again, some resistance. Plus, you got the 10 to meet you as well. Can I get XPEV to move? No, it's not my day to move stocks. Go. Can I drag things down? No. I don't know what's going on with that list. But yeah, it's a pretty nice gap though. XPEV. Let me throw that one onto my other screen. So when we switch, it's already there. XPEV and then Cisco are going on my other screen. We'll see what happens. CSCO for all potentials. Again, I'm a little concerned about how far this thing could run. And I think Baba's going to go. I got to watch Baba too. I'm only going to trade Baba if it's over 92 in a bullish direction. I don't want to go bearish on Baba. It's definitely good news for them, but all right. What about the Dole volume? That I have no clue because Dole I've never traded before, but today if it's got a little gap, it might get a little bit 20 cents ADR pass. Yeah, earnings, yeah, too low for me as well. Agreed. ADR was awful, but volatility around earnings might help. Yeah, around earnings you might get the extra volatility, but that's going to be an early morning play. It's got to be a great looking gap, and then all of that's going to fade. Adobe we did look at, so Adobe could be interesting. Again, this one I will put on the TOS as well. I'm running out of spots. I'm gonna have to take Walmart out. ADBE, but yeah, that one looks interesting. Again, I'm concerned about some of the targets on it. Interesting take on the airlines. Can you take a deeper dive into that at some point? Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right. CVS for a potential fade. CVS. Ooh, I like that. I like CVS for the long term. This might be an opportunity for me to sell some puts. Yeah, I would look to play this fade too. Are they gonna let me move it? Nah, they didn't let me move that one either. Dang it. I like that CVS fade a lot. I'm definitely out of spots. All right, we'll see how the market opens, but somebody watch CVS for me. Let me know. Definitely had support. Like I said, I wouldn't mind selling some puts. I wouldn't mind getting filled on CVS, and I would not mind owning some CVS in the long term. So that gap I do enjoy a lot. Anyone else noticing the beautiful head and shoulders on Tesla? What time frame, Adam? Wheels up, ticket up is your cheapest airline stock. Which one is that? Real life trading Australia, Danny man, love you, bro. That's got to be Ricky Cadden because I do pay him daily to say that in the chat. So it's got to be Ricky pulling through. I'll send you your checkout. Appreciate the love. All right, we got Tesla. You're looking at a head and shoulders on the 3, 5, 15, and 30. I'll pick one. I'll go with the 15. Head and shoulders. Maybe this is what you're looking at. Yep. So that would be, yeah, that could qualify. We do have lower VPOX. Everything still kind of looks a little bit to the bearish side. Can we even get back to this 223.20? Yeah, possibly. Realistically, this last shoulder is just inside of this high wave candle. And I don't know, again, if this is all real, but if this is real, that's already come down and that's already retested. Again, I don't know if the market wants to go bullish or if any of this thing holds up, but I'll be looking for like 227.48 as like an entry to maybe go long and then definitely see if this thing breaks down first. All the pressure's been to the bearish side. That's going to be the easier direction typically. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Unfortunately, I only got like 15 seconds left. You guys in YouTube land, you're absolutely incredible. But unfortunately, I have to disconnect from YouTube. Don't worry, though. Don't worry. I got a surprise. You guys are able to join us each and every day from 9 to 6. Just go to Real Life Trading, hit All Access Pass, and we'll see you on the other side of the chat wall. Otherwise, you guys catch all of you guys later. Be safe out there in the market.